There are moments in television that stop you mid-scroll. Not because of a dramatic headline or shocking reveal, but because of something far quieter, far more powerful. A woman walks onto a morning television set, and without saying a single word, she changes how thousands of other women feel about themselves. That is exactly what happened when Deeley appeared on ITV in a look so effortlessly composed, so quietly stunning, that the response from women across the country wasn't just admiration. It was something closer to emotion. If you haven't been following the conversation around Deeley's recent style moment on ITV, you're about to understand why it became so much more than a fashion story. This wasn't about a dress or a color palette. This was about what it feels like to watch a woman carry herself with genuine elegance, and why, in 2024, that still moves people to tears. Deeley has been one of British television's most beloved faces for decades. She first captured the nation's heart as the bright, warm-spirited presenter of SMTV Live Back in the late 90s, a show that defined Saturday mornings for an entire generation. She went on to conquer American television with her extraordinary run on So You Think You Can Dance, earning Emmy nominations and a devoted transatlantic fan base. But when she returned to UK screens as co-host of ITV's This Morning alongside Ben Shepherd, something shifted. The audience didn't just welcome her back. They fell in love with her all over again, only this time, for different reasons entirely. Deeley at 50 is not trying to be the girl she was at 25. And that, perhaps more than anything else, is what made her recent appearance so quietly devastating in the best possible way. The outfit itself has been described across social media and entertainment press in various terms: understated luxury, refined minimalism, classic British elegance with a modern edge. But what struck viewers wasn't simply that she looked beautiful. It was how she wore it. There was no performance in it, no posturing, no sense that she was dressing for the camera or trying to project an image. She walked onto that set looking like a woman who had made peace with who she is. And that kind of confidence, that particular brand of settled self-assurance, is genuinely rare to witness on morning television. Women watching at home noticed immediately. The comments began to pile up, not with the usual fan praise of "she looks gorgeous" or "love the outfit," though those were there too, but with something more personal. Women were writing about how watching made them feel seen, how her presence reminded them that there is immense value in elegance that doesn't shout. That style doesn't have to be aggressive or youthful or trend-chasing to be powerful. One viewer, whose comment was widely shared, wrote that she had been getting ready for work when she glanced at the television and simply stopped. She said she stood in her kitchen and cried, not from sadness, but from something she struggled to name. Recognition, perhaps. Or relief. The relief of seeing a woman on a major television network who looked like someone you might actually know. Someone real. Someone warm. That sentiment resonated far beyond one viewer's kitchen. It spread across platforms, picked up by lifestyle journalists, women's interest accounts, and television critics who had been quietly watching Deeley's return to UK screens with increasing appreciation. What began as a fashion moment became a broader conversation about how women in their 40s and 50s are represented on daytime television, and how rarely they are given the space to simply be elegant without apology. This Morning has always occupied an interesting place in the British television landscape. It is at its core a show built on connection between presenters and audience, between the domestic and the aspirational. It sits in living rooms during the hours when many women are navigating their days alone, or with young children, or working from home, and it functions almost as companionship. The presenters matter not just as entertainers, but as presences. And Deeley, with her combination of warmth, humor, and now this particular kind of composed grace, has become a presence that women find genuinely comforting. Ben Shepherd, who co-hosts alongside her, has spoken warmly in various interviews about what brings to the program: a sense of ease, a genuine curiosity about the guests, and a kind of emotional intelligence that makes difficult conversations feel safe. That emotional intelligence, it seems, extends to how she presents herself visually. Nothing feels accidental, but nothing feels labored either. The reaction to her look has also opened up a wider conversation in the entertainment press about what elegance actually means on morning television in the current era. There is a tendency in competitive daytime TV toward louder choices, bolder prints, more dramatic silhouettes, statement pieces designed to stand out in thumbnail images and clip previews. Kat Deeley appears to be doing something different. Her choices seem calibrated not for the algorithm, but for the room. For the woman sitting at home with her coffee who wants to feel, just for a moment, that there is something worth slowing down for. Whether ITV's styling team deserves credit for this direction, or whether it reflects Kat's own deeply developed personal aesthetic, is difficult to say from the outside. What is clear is that the result has struck a nerve. Style editors have noted the outfit in their coverage. Searches for similar pieces reportedly spiked in the days following the broadcast. But more meaningfully than any commercial metric, women have simply been talking about Kat, about what she represents, about how it made them feel to see her. It would be easy to dismiss this as an overreaction to a television appearance. But that would miss what is actually being said. Women are not emotional because Kat Deeley wore a beautiful outfit. They are emotional because beauty on their terms in their image, reflected back at them on a major platform, is still uncommon enough to feel like a gift when it arrives. That is the story here, underneath the style commentary and the social media response. It is a story about representation, not in the loud political sense, but in the quiet, daily sense of turning on the television and feeling, even briefly, like the world sees you. Kat Deeley, for her part, has said little publicly about the reaction. She doesn't need to. The response speaks to something she has perhaps always understood intuitively, that presence is not about volume. It never was. As this morning continues to find its footing in a new chapter, moments like this suggest the show has something genuinely valuable in Kat Deeley. Not just a familiar name or a telegenic face, but a woman whose way of being on screen, composed, warm, unforced, resonates in ways that are difficult to manufacture and impossible to fake. The conversation around that one elegant appearance will fade eventually, as all television moments do. But the feeling it left behind, the small, surprising gift of being moved by something as simple as watching a woman walk into a room and belong there completely, that tends to stay with people longer than they expect. If this story touched something in you, drop a comment below and let us know what you think about Kat Deeley's return to UK television. And if you want more stories about the people and moments shaping British daytime TV, make sure you're subscribed, because there is always more worth talking about.